Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. You're listening to us here on WAT Radio, and you're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and also on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, don't forget to get on there and subscribe and like and comment, all that good stuff. That's for all the shows, not just ours. We all our episodes are on there. Yes, and then there's all the original programs. And BTC Fiber is on there, so check them all out. And like I said, get on there, subscribe, do that. All right, Papa. First off, how are you doing today?
Well,
I'm running on an empty tank, as I told you.
I feel like I'm a week older than I was last year.
Well, it's pretty outside at least.
It's
pretty.
Still pretty warm.
Yeah, it is. It's
Just
warm.
think October would be here Sunday.
I know, that's crazy to me.
And it's cooler weather, I would think, but
It will be a bit, and hopefully it's just around the corner. Because the Fall Festival is just around the corner then. That means that the Fall Festival is next week.
be a week from tomorrow.
Wow. Last year we filmed right in the middle of Fall Festival.
You did?
We did. What to ask producer man, what's the plan? I'm pretty flexible on that usually, but yeah, we filmed. Remember our studio was set up right in the middle of town, just right outside here. They had us there, but Brody was producer that day. He was filming, and we had a few guests. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in town.
Wow.
Like town was crown packed.
You couldn't start.
Everybody was sitting around us. Ethan, there's this all sitting around us watching. It was like having a show right in front. I guess right in the middle of an audience. I guess you could say. But that is, we'll tell you more about that, obviously. But that is hard to believe, folks. Really hard to believe. That is next week, a week from tomorrow. I guess a week from today, if you want to get technical, that's when the golf tournament will be. It will be a week from today. That's kind of the thing that always kicks it off each year.
Kicks it off.
So, and I know that's going to be a week from today. On Friday, it'll be at Fall Creek Falls. But first, I'll do some birthdays because there is plenty. There's a lot. I mean, a lot. So, we are on... today is the 29th, and there's some even on. Actually, I don't think I done those last week, did I? I could have. I'm gonna say
Yeah, you did.
I did. Good deal. That helps a lot because I'll shorten it a little bit here. Okay, happy birthday to the following people, folks. Now this is going to start on September 27th through October the 3rd. So on the 27th, which was Wednesday, 2 days ago, happy birthday to Lily Cagle, Edna Rainey, Jana Potts, Chris Hall. Chris Hall, happy birthday, buddy. He's a good friend of mine, actually. He used to work at the movie store for me, remember?
Oh,
Chris
really?
Hall, yeah. Yeah, Jim and Mary Hall's son. Happy birthday, Chris. And then yesterday, that would have been Thursday, happy birthday to Shonda Boring and also Cliff Tabor. And then today, Papa, today is Kendra's birthday. I didn't know that. Caleb's.
Victor.
Okay. Well, happy birthday, Kendra Scarborough. Her birthday is today, along with Terry Denny's. Happy birthday, Terry. Also having a birthday today, Dina Swafford.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, Dina. Know her really well. DJ here at WAT. Bridget Lloyd. Happy birthday, Bridget. Hers is also today. Tomorrow. Okay, so this, I guess, is the Melanson, I think is the correct way to pronounce this. Mike Melanson.
Melanson.
Melanson, thank you. Mike Melanson His birthday is tomorrow. So happy early birthday, Mike Melanson, and also Dean Angel. And then on October the 1st, Lane Reese. Happy birthday, Lane. I know Lane. Used to work with him. Heather Poston. We know her. Putnam Reed, funeral home owner, Heather Poston. Her birthday's on the 1st. Also, Ashley Hughes is on the 1st. And then the 2nd is Cassie Gomez. Happy birthday. And then October the 3rd, finally I made it to the end here. October the 3rd, we got 2 birthdays that day as well. Happy birthday to Patty Farley. And happy birthday to Stacy Melanson. So, happy birthday to all the many names that I just said. That was a lot.
Birthdays are important.
They are.
Milestones in our lives.
I think that's the longest list we've had.
It is.
That was a lot. Let's see. So now we're going to get to some announcements for you guys.
Yes.
Obviously. Let's see. This happened today, so correct?
Yeah,
So I don't have to do
September
that. We talked about that last week and the week before.
It's already over.
Yeah.
2:30 was the.
But happy birthday. We talked about it though. Happy birthday, First Farmers and Commercial Bank. They are 110 today.
Thank you.
They had their open house today.
Yes, sir.
You think I'll make it to 110?
Sure. It wouldn't surprise me. That's for sure. And here, let's see. That is, okay, the schedule for the Fall Festival. So,
That's
let's
tomorrow. No, it's a week from tomorrow.
right. It's actually this is a schedule right here that I've got. This is a schedule for October. Some of the events coming up
Oh, okay.
for the month of October. And let's see. Well, of course, it starts off with on the 7th next week. A week from tomorrow, like we said, that's the Fall Festival. And we'll tell you more about that. On the 14th of the following week, it's Movie Under the Stars, and it's going to be Hocus Pocus, which is a good choice for October. It's a good choice.
You let me know when they're going to have the Patriot.
I will. They need to do that, don't they? And the 28th, I'm glad to see this event back, and I don't have much info on it yet, but I'm glad it's back. Boo Bash is back.
Yeah.
It's not been here the last 2 years, so glad to have Boo Bash back on October 28th. It's always a good event, and always draws a good crowd. I've never seen that event not draw a good crowd. And the Fall Festival, same. The Fall Festival draw a good crowd. It always does a good job on that as well. And speaking of the Fall Festival, the streets will be closed on 6 p.m. a week from today. That's the Friday before, on the 6th. The streets will be closed at 6 p.m. that night, and they'll be closed until 8 p.m. the day of the festival. Is that Saturday the 7th. So, because it's pretty much an all-day, all-night event, so just remember the streets will be closed starting at 6 p.m. next Friday until 8 p.m. that Saturday, but it's for a good cause. Like I said, it's for the Fall Festival. It says the south of town, Cranwell to north at Gill Street. Struggling to read some of the writing here, but south of town, Cranwell to north at Gill Street. Does that sound right?
I have no idea.
I hope that's right. Yeah, that's what it says. And west at Methodist to east over to Fraser. And it says this, there's plenty of detours, and that is true. It's not like you won't be able to find your way around. There'll be plenty of detours, because there is plenty of detours, really.
Good deal.
All right, we'll let you talk for a minute.
We want to remind people that the AA meetings are held at First Southern Baptist Church on Saturdays, and that time is at 5 o'clock. To determine which entry you use, there will be a circle and a triangle on the door, so you'll know which door to go in.
Oh, cool.
That is good. But
Yeah.
if you have any questions about the AA meetings, you contact Ted at 423-619-3772, and he will be able to help you more than I can. Also, at the United Methodist Church, on Wednesday of next week, there will be a animal blessing. And if you've got a pet you'd like for God to bless, you bring them to the pavilion at 5 o'clock.
When's this again?
That is next Wednesday,
Okay.
October the 4th. And they want you to bring all animals of all sizes. I guess that would include a horse.
I'd like to see that.
That would be the largest pet anyone
That
could
would
have.
be a big one, yes.
Unless you got an elephant. But anyway,
Well,
I want you to remember
that'd
that.
be crazy.
And also, this family dentistry business down the street is
Okay.
having their health clinic, their health expo, and it's going to be held October the 20th. It's on a
Okay.
Friday, but it
So
starts
it'll
at
be
8 o'clock in the morning, goes until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's
A bigger event now.
not just the dentist.
Mhm.
You've got the Eye Care Centers of Tennessee.
Mhm.
You've got education by Narcan on, and you got CHI Memorial. The coach is going to be here.
Okay.
That's for lungs. And this is just a partial list.
Yeah.
There's going to be, and it grows from year to year.
Yeah, it does. It seems like it's getting bigger every year.
These are free services offered to the people of Bledsoe County.
Mhm.
And I would assume that people that come are residents of Bledsoe County. It does not stipulate that, though.
No, it doesn't.
That's just pure Albertology.
I don't know on that because you're right. It really doesn't.
But someone living on the fringes might take advantage of a situation.
Might do it.
But anyway, it's going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning on October the 20th, and it will last until 3 o'clock. But I don't see how they can turn anyone away if someone's in line.
Yeah, that would be cruel.
Also, on October the 21st, there
That's a
will
big
be
one.
a benefit for Eli Smith, and it's going to be held at the fairgrounds at the
Good.
exhibit center. And it's going to be at 4 o'clock in the
Somebody's
afternoon.
jamming, aren't they? Good grief.
What now?
I said somebody outside going through town's jamming. We're gonna
heard
be deaf in a few minutes.
But anyway, they want you to come and buy a plate.
Yeah.
There is going to be pulled pork plates, and they're going to serve potatoes and dessert and drink. And you can donate $20 if you wish to,
Mm-hmm.
but the
They
minimum charge is suggested at $10.
Yeah.
And so they
It's for a
want
good
you
cause.
to be involved, because this situation is not going to be a quick fix.
No.
Eli's going to be undergoing months and months of treatment,
I know.
and it's going to entail some expenses.
It sure is.
It's going to
But
entail
at least he's on the road to recovery, though. That's
it
good
sounds
news.
better now than it did to begin
Sure.
with.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
It
lot better.
It sounded mighty rough.
Yeah. It was pretty grim at first, so at least he is doing better. So that's a plus there, and so that'll be a good benefit.
This probably will create an incentive for people to be more responsive.
It will. Well, he used to leave, like I said, gifts for just people at different
random.
locations. Yeah, at random. He did in the random acts of kindness. Maybe he done a lot of that. So hopefully people will remember that and give back.
I would like to think so.
And I'm sure they will.
And
I'm sure they will.
he creates an image of being a sweet boy.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good personality, and like I said, not many young people when he was doing that. Let's face it, how many young people are going around doing that?
How many people, period.
Well, true. Not many people in general are doing that. You're correct about that. So that's for a really, really good cause, folks. Is there any breakfast tomorrow, producer man, or is this
I don't have down any.
I know, that's why I was making sure. Okay. No breakfast this week. This is the week that there's not one. The only week out of the month. And I don't think it lasts long either. It seems like it picks up.
This is the last weekend in the month.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, which is crazy to me.
Now, I would like to make a pitch here for First Southern Baptist Church. We're having a fall festival tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us about that.
It'll start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it will go until 8.
Okay. So it's a fall festival. It's
fall
First Southern.
festival. And
Main Street.
I'm not going to assume that it's for church members, or if it
No,
is, I
it's
should
open
keep
to
my
the
mouth
public.
shut.
No, it's to the public. And it's usually a good event, too.
Yes, it is.
And we told you a little bit about, what D. Lockhart was putting together. We talked about that last week, didn't we? It's for Philip Burns. It's going to take place on Sunday, October the 8th at noon. And it's going to be down by you, Papa, I believe.
That would be the 7th, not the 8th, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's a Sunday, October the 8th.
It says
at noon.
Oh, okay.
That would be right, yeah. Next Sunday. So it's the day after the Fall Festival.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And it's at City Hall, isn't it? The new,
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be down there.
That's right, down your neck of the woods. Okay. So that's what it's going to be. And like I said, it's going to be at noon on Sunday, October the 8th, day after the Fall Festival. Everyone is invited to this. It's a Sunday dinner in Pikeville honoring Philip Burns, MD. He's been a medical doctor. He's been a doctor for a long time over there in Chattanooga, hasn't he?
He's been recognized highly, not just in Chattanooga, but he has a reputation.
Yeah, a good one.
A good one.
And he's an endowed chair was recently established to honor his dedication, leadership, and overall excellence in the field of medicine. The dinner is Pikeville's way to give back for all he has done for the people of his community. You can make donations. Donations given during the Sunday dinner will be used to help recruit and train next generations of general surgery to be excellent physicians, surgeons, specialists like Dr. Burns. The funds will also help supply state-of-the-art equipment for them to utilize. Well, so that's going to be for a good cause as well.
Well, it will depend on how much people donate as to what they can do.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely donate some money at this. It's for a good cause, folks. And also, donations can be made to the Dr. Philip Burns Foundation, is a foundation, so you can make donations there as well. So we'll tell you more about that next week, as we're very close to it next week, because it is next Sunday. It'll be on October the 8th. That'll be a big event too. So I guess now it is trivia time.
It's trivia time. Now this is for everyone listening or watching. Not necessarily for Billy Bridges.
Good.
Who is the first sin attributed to in the Bible? First sin.
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yes. Not to Adam.
It's Eve.
But yet, every person born on the face of this planet has the Adamic nature inherited within them when they are born.
Yeah.
It is the nature of Adam, but Eve was first in the sin.
That
That's
forbidden fruit.
That's in 1 Timothy chapter 2. Number 2, I was known out of the 12 as the disciple Jesus loved. What is my name?
My lifeline today.
The disciple Jesus loved.
Paul?
No,
Dang it.
he was not one of the 12.
Oh, yeah. The 12 disciples, I'm sorry. But I can't think of the... John. Yeah. And that is, I promise that is what I was going to guess, but I wasn't 100%
Paul
on it.
called himself an apostle. He was
he did call himself that, didn't he?
but
The Apostle Paul.
The prerequisite to be an apostle, you had to see Jesus. And Paul met him on the road to Damascus, not when he was alive here on this earth.
Got you. That's true.
Number 3, I was busy persecuting Christians, but one day Jesus struck me blind and told me from now on I was to preach Christ. I am Saul originally, but Jesus changed my name to...
Did we just talk about him?
Yes.
Paul.
He was known as Saul, and his name was
He went from bad to good, basically,
Yes, he did.
didn't he?
Number 4, my dad made a special coat for me, and it made my 11 brothers mad enough to kill me. But instead of kill me, they sold me into Egypt as a slave. What is my name?
Well, he had some jealous, petty brothers, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know. This is my lifeline, though. What does it start with?
Jay. Carolyn had a brother named that.
Job. Joseph. Yes.
Number 5.
Is that the Joseph with the? No, is that a different Joseph?
There's just one Joseph.
Okay.
In the Bible.
Joseph and Mary.
No.
No, I was thinking Mary Joseph.
No.
It's not him, is it?
No.
Yeah. So there's
You
two
got to
Josephs.
get in the New Testament. Get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. I killed an Egyptian and left Egypt. 40 years later, God appeared to me and told me in a burning bush that I was to go back to Egypt, and I was to tell Pharaoh to let my people go.
Moses.
Moses.
And he done it too.
When I try to visualize what Moses looked like, I go back to the movie Carlton Heston.
Me too.
Number 6. What young teenage girl did God's angel tell she was to be the mother of the Son of God, and that she was to name him Jesus?
Mary.
Then Mary told her husband to be, I am with child, and yet he married her anyway.
Yeah.
Who was this man that became Mary's husband but was not the father of Jesus?
Joseph. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Number 8. On one occasion, the 12 disciples were out in the lake in a ship, and Jesus came to them. How did he manipulate?
He walked on water.
He walked on water.
Yeah.
He walked on water. That is something else.
I know it. I was I think I done pretty darn good. That's all of them.
You did.
'Cause those weren't the easiest by no means. So
Well,
good job, Billy.
they're picked at random.
I know it.
I don't have a format that I go by.
Well, I think it would have pretty good on that one. Well, that's it for trivia. I survived trivia, folks. So stick around. Coming up after the commercial break, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you, and some good old Albertology, of course, and some jokes at the end, as always. All that and more is coming up after the break. Stay tuned, folks.
See you.
Support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking. to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. Once again, you're listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber Television, plus the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. We want to quickly thank our sponsors. Big thank you to each one of you. So in the interest of time, I'll have to do them a little quicker today, but like I said, big thank you to the following businesses, okay? Big thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's of Pikeville. They got new hours now, folks, and they're open on Saturdays again. Did you know that, Papa?
No, I did not know.
Well, it's new. They just now announced it. They're open at 9 again, so I'm glad to hear that. It's Scotty's of Pikeville, right here in downtown Pikeville. Also, thank you to Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker at the courthouse.
Yes.
Farm Bureau Insurance, that's Matt Massengill and his friendly staff. Nickel Row Antiques, our closest neighbor. As we always say, there's literally a huge selection of things. I don't know of a place with, there's just so many different things.
I don't know that they know what
I don't think they do. I really don't think they could tell you. It's so much. I don't. And they have their new shop as well, Spring Street Antiques, literally a block up the road. Morgan Brothers Barbecue. They got good food, folks. They also got good food at another business of the Morgan Brothers, the Bankwalker Brewery. They do have a new menu now as well. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. That's the Bankwalker Brewery. And also Pikeville Family Restaurant. I remember they're just open for breakfast, but it's very good breakfast. I always get the waffle. So go check them out at the Pikeville Family Restaurant as well. State Farm Insurance, that's Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Milldam Outdoor Adventures, it's Lola's. Collier Company Realty, hello Michelle Collier. Bill Wolfley Station Baptist Church. Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts, I nailed it that time. Daily Stop, that's easy. But I nailed the Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts, and I've done it again. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, and also the newest one is it's Quilting Times.
Yeah, it's Quilting Times.
And they are over at Doc Smith's old office, and they're going to be also, of course, where the loom was. They're working on that section as pretty much as we speak, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it is sports time, Papa.
Yes, it's sports time.
I've kind of lost some mojo in sports lately since the Florida loss.
There is a damper.
It took the wind out of my
that's
sails.
over the SEC, not just Tennessee.
Yeah, I know.
I can't figure it all out.
They're a little down this year.
Last week we won 9 games but lost 5.
Yeah, that's a lot for the SEC.
Of course, some of that is
Well, it's yeah. You can't,
so you're butting heads.
That's true. Can't help it on that part.
For instance, Arkansas took on LSU last week.
Oh, of course, then, yeah.
What was so surprising to me was Arkansas scored 31 points while holding LSU to 34. So LSU won.
It was a good game, though.
But just 3 points differential?
Yeah. Where was that played at, though?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I believe it might have been at Fayetteville. But either way, it was a great game.
But Ole Miss takes on LSU tomorrow.
Ole Miss takes on LSU tomorrow.
So that will be a good game.
Yes, it will.
And meanwhile, last week, Kentucky took on Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
Just beat them 17 points.
Yeah. Should have
so
been more than
Vandy
that.
is hanging tough.
Yeah.
But they're losing.
They're losing, but they're not making it easy on people.
Then Tennessee, they got out of conference to take on a weaker
Texas,
schedule.
San Antonio.
Yeah. And they won handily, 45 to 14. That pushes us to a 3-1 record. But South Carolina is next tomorrow at 6:30 our time. You may watch Tennessee and South Carolina.
It's in Knoxville, but South Carolina. What makes me nervous about them is their quarterback. Tennessee couldn't stop him last year. Well, who's to say they're going to stop him this year?
Well, last week he completed 18 out of 20 passes.
Oh man!
I mean, if you can,
that's good.
If you can connect with your receivers 18 out of 20 times,
that's accurate.
You are good, or they are good.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both with them.
And then last week, Alabama took on Ole Miss. With Lane Kiffin coming in to play you, I would not have thought that Alabama would handily defeat them, but they did, 27-10.
I thought that would be.
No, it's 24-10.
Yeah, I mean they didn't blow them out or nothing, but I just expected a better game.
I think Lane Kiffin ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think they did.
And Texas A&M took on Auburn, and they won handily, 27-10. Florida took on Charlotte, and they won big time. Missouri, number 23 in the nation, took on Memphis.
They're ranked now.
They won, but Memphis just got beat 7 points.
Oh, Missouri just barely beat Memphis then.
They just 34-27.
Wow.
Georgia took on UAB, and they didn't have any trouble with them. And then Mississippi State,
they shouldn't have,
played South Carolina, and South Carolina won 37-30.
Well, didn't really destroy them, but Mississippi State couldn't stop. Well, their quarterback, it was that quarterback for South Carolina.
His name is Rattler.
Yeah.
Rattler.
I remember him well. He absolutely destroyed Tennessee last year.
Spencer Rattler is his name. Missouri is 4-0.
I know. Yeah.
That's the first time in 10 years they've been 4-0.
Wow. They're ranked. I mean, they weren't ranked to begin with.
They're number 23. Tennessee's just number 21.
After that Florida loss, they deserve it.
Yeah,
they laid a big egg that day.
We've got a long ways to get back up to get rub shoulders with the top 10.
You got that right.
Colorado played Oregon, and Colorado's Cinderella ride was over.
Big time, my gosh.
Big time.
They got slaughtered by the Oregon Ducks. They got slaughtered.
But Oregon is good.
But they are good. That's a powerhouse program.
And I think Colorado was playing perhaps above their capability.
They are. I mean, it's his first year. He's not going to be able to do it overnight. Just the fact that they're winning and ranked is really crazy, to be honest with you.
I think they dropped out of the top 25.
They probably did after that. He's got to recruit, though. He's got to have time.
And Alabama showed by playing Ole Miss that Saban is not done. There has been some handwriting on the wall. People have written on the wall that Saban is done.
Well, he made that announcement, though, too. You know, talking about he was going to retire soon or something. So, why did he say that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But Alabama and Georgia's still number 1.
And rightfully so. They're undefeated.
And Alabama's out of the top 10.
Rightfully so on that, too. Yeah, good. They did play well against Ole Miss, but they have not played well, really, until that game.
No. I told you last week the marquee game would be Ohio State and Notre Dame. That lived up to billing, buddy. It went down to the last 3 seconds.
Man.
In overtime. And Notre Dame got beat 17-14.
Wow.
But it was the marquee game. It was all it was to be.
That's what you want to see. It really is.
Also, in baseball, the regular season is over this Sunday. Then you begin the playoffs, and then that sets up the time for the World Series.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a long, long season.
Paul Feinbaum show it said the most underrated player of the century was Spencer Rattler.
Oh, wow.
The most underrated player in the century. And
Wow.
he showed that last week. Quarterbacks don't complete 18 out of 20 passes.
No, that's a lot.
There are
That's a
so
lot.
many intangibles that quarterback can't control, because when he throws to different receivers, once in a while that receiver's going to run a wrong route, and sometimes he's just going to
Yeah.
drop the ball. So
That's true.
some of that's not the quarterback's fault,
No.
but yet that has to show up in his stats.
Yeah, that's true. But
Okay.
I didn't know. I mean, he's good. I know that. I don't know what. Is he a sophomore, junior?
He would have to be at least a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, junior, I think.
Last Friday night, our Bledsoe County Warriors took on Tellico Plains,
Oh yeah, and destroyed them too.
42-7.
Sure did.
Now tonight it's Whitwell.
Yeah, this could be a good game.
This-
It's an undefeated Whitwell team.
It won't be 42-7.
No, it won't. It won't. This is the best Whitwell has looked since they won the state championship a couple years ago. That was their best team ever, obviously. But they've not played good since then in the last 2 or 3 years. But this team is good
We're
again.
4-2 now.
And they're 6-0. But
Uh,
we can beat them though.
Yeah,
They've not played that difficult of a schedule either.
Let me tell you one thing that I heard yesterday that really disturbed me.
And by the way, you can see, listen to that game here on WAT, folks. Kickoff is at 7. If you don't make it to the game, it is homecoming though.
It is
and
homecoming.
and they do
I forgot
want you
mention
to pink. Their pink out is tonight. You want people to wear pink, so that's tonight
Really?
as well. Yeah.
that.
And you can
That's,
listen to it right here if you don't make it to the game, though. Mike and Bradley will have the call for you. Mike and Bradley had the coach and a couple players on their show.
Oh, really?
They're new. That I saw that yesterday. That was a good episode. Yeah. And yeah, the coach was talking about their season.
Well, that's good. Let me tell you something I heard on television yesterday, and it's disconcerting to say the least. The two teams that are not in the SEC now, but yet want to be,
Texas and Oklahoma.
no, they're coming.
Oh,
they're
who are we
going. They're
talking
going to
about?
be South Carolina and Florida State.
Right. South Carolina's not going to be in this.
No, not South
Oh.
Carolina. Clemson and Florida State.
They
South
wanna-
Carolina said no to Clemson.
Yes, I did hear
they already
that.
said no.
They sure did. They
so,
did.
But Florida State,
Why don't they stay in the ACC? I don't understand this.
the ACC is where they are.
That's where they should be.
That's where they should stay.
That's called the Atlantic Coast Conference. Florida State, but they're the Atlantic Coast. I don't get it. Why would they come to the SEC?
Well, it'd have to be that the SEC must be a springboard into more lucrative
Probably.
contracts with television.
They're going to take some more losses, though. It's a tougher conference, and these teams are going to see that.
Yeah, they'll see it.
We're going to lose some
Well,
more
now-
games.
Oklahoma and Texas is both winning.
I'm sure. Yeah, they are this
So
year.
they're going to come into the SEC, and then they'll have to play
They're
so
gonna get
many
hit.
SEC teams.
They're going to be
What
hit
is it,
like a
6 or 8?
yeah. They
8,
won't-
I think you have to play.
Yeah, they're not going to be undefeated next year. I can tell you that. It's going to be a rude awakening for them.
Somewhere along the way, they'll have to play in Alabama. They'll have to play at Tennessee. They'll
Back
have to
to
play
back.
at LSU. They'll have to play at
Yes.
Florida.
There is no other conference like that, and no, they're in for a rude awakening at first. They are. They'll have to get used to that.
That's all I have in sports.
All right. Well, let's see what you got on the menu today, Papa, for some Albertology.
I've got some things that I
Out
want
of
to
a
talk
book,
to you
correct?
about. I bought this book here at this venue where we are located right now, and I have
Oh, at the
I've enjoyed
Nickel
reading
Room.
some of this stuff, so I want to read it to you and to the people that are watching. These are superstitions that people have about playing cards.
Oh, I've seen some of them firsthand. I want to hear
Some
this.
of the good luck superstitions that people have about playing cards. Listen to this. Blow on the cards before you start playing, or spit on them.
What?
But be sure if you spit, you wipe the excess spit off.
You done?
Wear an article of dirty clothing when you play cards, especially when you play poker. The dirt helps keep evil at bay. There's one lucky card in each deck.
That's good.
If you can figure out which card that is, take your index finger and touch it. That will increase your luck.
That's true. Good point. Good way to cheat.
If you're sitting astride your chair and still losing, try sitting on a handkerchief or walk clockwise 3 times around the table.
Oh my gosh.
If you still lose, consider switching to dominoes.
Now, I've switched chairs in Rook before, I'll tell you.
Really?
Yes. And I've seen other people do it. And believe it or not, when I switched, I started getting better hands. It's crazy.
If you see a hunchback on the way to the game, that's good luck. Don't touch the hump.
No, I would say not.
Just seeing him is all it takes.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
Okay.
Don't sing or whistle
Papa.
during a card game. It's unlucky, not to mention annoying.
Yeah, for real. That'd be very annoying.
This has nothing to do with card playing, but the average brain can register 86 million bits of information per day.
Good Lord, that's a lot.
86 million bits of information
That's
is what
a
your
lot.
brain will store. More
Man
about
alive.
bad luck. Never let someone hover over you or look at your cards
Yeah.
unless that person plays cards. Unless they never play cards.
Yeah.
Then sending them standing over you actually brings you luck.
It sure
you can
will.
call them your mascot.
That's
Don't sit with your legs crossed. You're literally crossing out your luck when you sit
okay.
like that.
Well,
Never play cards with in a room where a dog is.
never.
That's bad luck. Never play cards with a cross-eyed woman or a man. This came into being when people thought that if a person was cross-eyed, they could see your cards if you were sitting next to them. If you are dealt a steady succession of black cards, that's a sign someone's going to die in your family.
Good Lord. My gosh, these people are superstitious, aren't they?
Dropping any card on the floor is bad luck, but dropping one of the black aces is worst of all. If you drop a black ace, leave the game immediately. Nobody recovers from luck that bad.
Good. That's crazy.
This happened in the 80s.
I love the 80s, is what it says.
New Coke flops. Coca-Cola introduced the classic Coke in 1980.
Okay.
85. Reagan met Gorbachev for the first time in the United States Soviet summit in 1985.
That's 85, but Gorbachev.
Pete Rose broke Ty Cobb's record of hits in baseball in 1985.
Wasn't much longer after that's when he got in trouble.
4,191 hits. The number one movie in 1985 was Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
A Yugo cost $3,990.
I wish it was still 1985.
In 1986, that's when the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded.
I remember that. I was a little kid, but I remember that.
I remember that too.
Because the teacher being in one of the astronauts. And I remember the scene of her classroom
Sally Ride.
having to watch that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Soviet nuclear plant Chernobyl exploded, had a meltdown. Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in the world.
Okay, so that's when he burst on the scene in 86. Okay. With Don King. As his manager.
On TV, it was Miami Vice, Cheers, and Family Ties.
Oh, great shows.
In 87,
TV was better then, too.
87 was when Jim Baker resigned after that sex scandal.
No, yeah. Yeah.
And the number one single was Faith by George Michael. In 1988, George H.W. Bush was elected the 41st president of the United States.
Read my lips. No due taxes. That's what's famous about that.
Oliver North was indicted for his role in the Iran Contra scandal. And that was the year that this book made its debut.
Oh, okay.
1988, The Bathroom Reader.
What?
In 1989, the oil tanker Valdez exploded.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was the worst oil spill in United States history.
Mm-hmm.
The Berlin Wall fell in 1989.
Okay, that was in '89. So that's when, I guess, West Germany lost their.
They lost their clout.
They were free basically. They were free.
The number
again.
one movie was Batman,
Yeah.
and the top TV show was Bill Cosby.
'89. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Cosby Show.
This is the last thing I'll have of this book.
Oh.
But there was a man, his name was John Carl Peterson. He was 41 years of age. He lived in Iowa, and he was the same thing Ronnie Howell is. He was with the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division of the United States.
Oh.
ATF's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a true story. During homecoming week in 2002, a pickup truck full of Indianola high school sophomores were toilet papering some houses. So this was a tradition. They always did this.
Yeah, there's always houses being TP'd somewhere.
But they chose the street where Peterson lived. Remember, he's with the Alcohol, Tobacco.
Okay. Oh,
So
wow.
he had been drinking.
Is this a true story?
This is true story.
Uh-oh.
So when he saw the kids throwing toilet paper in his yard, he jumped in his patrol vehicle, chased them with his lights flashing and with his sirens blaring, and when they finally got them to stop, he ordered the sophomores out of the truck and had a gun held on them until the police arrived. When they arrived, they arrested him. They checked him for alcohol content, and they found out that he was drunk, and they accused him of drunk driving, 10 courses of assault with a weapon, and he faces up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $50,000.
Good grief.
One of the kids said he deserved what he got.
Nope. I'd say they did. He
It
probably
is.
scared them to death, didn't he?
That's something.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, did you
Man.
know
More than likely not.
these are some things that happened back in 1989.
Okay.
The Crystal Restaurant in Chattanooga
Mhm.
started in 1932 over on 7th and Cherry Street in Chattanooga.
In 1932.
That's when the Crystal chain was started in
Wow.
1932.
Okay.
The Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park is the nation's oldest and largest military park. It's in Chattanooga.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Leo the Lion, famous for growling at the beginning of the motion picture.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He appeared at a Gulf station on Broad Street in Chattanooga,
Really?
just as a promotional stunt.
No way.
Desiree Daniels was a graduate of Central High School, and she finished second in the 1982 Miss America contest.
Well, I didn't know none of this stuff so far, Papa.
The Union and Confederate forces sustained 34,000 casualties in the Battle of Chickamauga.
Didn't know that either.
We went there, Carolyn and I did.
Mm-hmm.
In 1977, the UTC basketball Mocs won the NCAA Division II National Championship.
Oh, they used to be Division II then.
Their best record was 27-4 in 1981.
Wow. So I wonder when they went Division I, Papa.
1976. Oh, I don't know when they went to Division
Well, it had to be pretty soon after, if you
I.
think
Yeah,
about
it had to be.
I didn't know. Did you know that? What
No.
you just said? Wow.
I got this out of
That's
the
crazy.
newspaper. Before it became the University of Chattanooga, that school was called the U.S. Grant University.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
Man alive. I've not known any of these.
The Southern Belle, the ship,
I like
it
it.
has room for 500 people, and it was the larger of only two passenger boats still operating on the Tennessee River.
Wow. Never thought about that.
Lyndon Johnson, I remember him, was the only sitting president to bring a presidential campaign to Chattanooga
Wow.
in 1964.
Hmm.
An estimated, this was in 89 now, an estimated 10 million tourists visit Chattanooga once a year.
I'm sure it's more than that now.
Oh, that was in 89.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know Chattanooga had just so many cool things though. Like it's a lot, and that's just some of it.
You've heard of the Bessie Smith strut?
Mm-hmm. They have that river bend.
They have. When she was 9 years old,
Mm-hmm.
she would become the Empress of the Blues at age 9.
God.
She sang for
crazy.
nickels and dimes on 9th Street in Chattanooga.
Wow. That's
Some
crazy.
of these things blow your mind.
I know.
The 18,000 member National Knife Collectors Association is headquartered in Chattanooga. I didn't know
I didn't know that either.
It's on Shallowford Road. Chattanooga Choo Choo, a converted railroad terminal, I don't know where it is, contains the highest freestanding brick arc in the world. The highest.
I didn't know that
I
either.
didn't-
That's a cool place
I
to
didn't
go
know
visit
this.
if you haven't been before.
The national tennis star Roscoe Tanner is from Lookout Mountain. I didn't know
I
that.
did know that
I did
too.
know that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Hamilton County was named for Alexander Hamilton 15 years after his death in a duel with Aaron Burr. I did remember that. But I didn't know Hamilton County was named after him.
Wow. Mm-mm.
The Tom Thumb miniature golf course,
Mm-hmm.
built in 1929 near the Fairland Club, was the world's first miniature golf course.
Didn't know that
It
either.
happened in Chattanooga.
That's crazy.
This
This mini stuff is, you know what I mean? That's crazy. We didn't even mention the moon pies and
Moon Pie, that originated in
started in
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. That's crazy.
Okay, this is something else I want to talk about. My forgetter.
Your forgetter?
My forgetter's getting better, but my rememberer is broke.
Yeah, mine too.
To you that may seem funny, but to me it's no joke.
Oh,
For when
that
I'm
point.
here, I'm wondering if I really should be there.
Yeah,
And when I try to think it through, I haven't got a prayer.
right.
Oftentimes I walk into a room and say, what am I here for? I rack my brain, but all in vain, a 0 is my score. At times I put something away where it is safe, but gee, the person it is safest from is me.
Yes. It
When
sounds all too
shopping, I may
familiar.
see someone and say hi and have a chat.
Mhm.
Then when that person walks away, I ask myself, who in the
Who
world
is
was that? Yes, my forgetter's getting better, but my rememberer is broke. It's driving me plumb crazy, and that isn't a joke. Can you relate? I don't remember who I sent this to.
I can relate. Yes. As a matter of fact, just yesterday I walked into a room and had to think about why I walked into that room.
All right.
Yeah.
This is president number 23. His name was
that?
Benjamin Harrison. He served from 1889 to 1893, just 4 years. He attended Miami University. He was a lawyer, and he was of the Republican Party. The states that were admitted when he was president was North Dakota. He was state number 39. South Dakota was number 40.
No.
Brother Jim said today that he remembered seeing a flag that just had 48 states, 48 stars.
Really?
But I can't remember that. Montana was number 41. Washington was number 42. Idaho was number 43. Wyoming was number 44.
I'm noticing it's western states.
And Brigham Young said, "Go west, young man. Go west, young man, and bring those young girls with you."
Okay.
He was the only president to be preceded and followed by the same man. Grover Cleveland preceded him and was his successor.
Is odd. Yeah, that's odd.
He was the man that had electric lights put in the White House.
They didn't have electric lights until then.
They didn't have. Listen.
Well, that was a long time ago, I guess.
When I was a boy, getting my lessons.
Yeah, you remember having to do candlelight, don't you?
It was a coal oil lamp.
Yeah.
Coal oil lamp. And I remember my daddy wired our house for electricity. I'm old.
So when was he president again?
1889 to 1893.
Oh, no wonder they didn't have electricity. My gosh.
But can you imagine getting electricity in the White House in the 1800s?
Yeah, that's amazing. They was able to do that.
Who invented the light bulb? Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison. Yeah.
But Edison tried 700 times. But he said, "I did not fail 700 times. I just found 700 times it would not work."
That's a good way to look at it, isn't it?
These are jokes now.
All right.
My dog Copper would hang out on the porch every time I babysat my neighbor. One day the kid let Copper inside. "I don't think your folks want Copper in here," I said. "It's fine. Mom does it all the time," he replied. I didn't believe him, and I asked his mother when she got home. "Oh no, I really do," she said. "He stops by every morning and I let him finish the leftover cat food." Copper was on a diet, so I asked her not to feed him. "You'll need to tell the Smiths, the Joneses, and Miss Evans they keep biscuits out just for him." So
Probably so.
It's not just one family.
Heck no. That's how it usually goes. They're smart.
The rules of football and the plot of The Godfather are the two most complicated things that every guy understands, no matter how dumb he is.
That's a good one. That's good.
I have trouble with the new theories that people come with and all the advances we make. I can't get them. And you heard Ruth Burton say that I'm a nobody because I can't do any of that stuff. Anyone who thinks women talk too much has never sat through a 6-hour Super Bowl pregame preview.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Yeah. You no kidding. They'll talk the whole time.
I needed a password. I needed a password 8 characters long, so I picked out Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I drew a picture one time of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
I remember that.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
The best way to cheer yourself up is to cheer someone else up.
I agree with that. Not a joke, but it is very true. I think there's a lot to that. It does make you feel better.
After God created 24 hours of alternating darkness and light, one of the angels said, "What are you going to do now?" And God said, "I think I'll call it a day."
Pretty clever there. I like that one.
You know how many angels there are?
I don't know.
Angels are created beings.
Yeah.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 11, I believe it says, God created angels 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands.
That's right. I knew 10,000 was more than I knew it had something to do with it, though.
Meaning they're numberless.
Exactly.
But bear in mind, when God cast Lucifer out of heaven, he was an angel. 1/3 of the angels went with him.
Oh, okay. Forgot about that
one-third
part.
of the angels were cast out of heaven with Satan.
Wow.
But still, they're numberless.
Yeah. Yeah.
People say, and I've read it in obituaries, that when a baby dies, people say, well, God needed another angel. Not so. We don't go to heaven as angels.
Right. Yeah, it's just a saying. Yeah.
We're God's children. If we go to heaven, we're God's children.
Did you see the angels, though?
Brother Jim says we will judge angels. We will judge angels.
Wow.
Everybody wants to save the earth, but nobody wants to help Mom do the dishes. There is light at the end of the tunnel, which hopefully is not a freight train.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
What did King Arthur tell his men before bedtime?
I don't know.
K, nightly, nighty night.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
These are newspaper headlines we don't want to know.
I bet.
Missing woman unwittingly joins search party searching for herself. A woman's
I love it.
A woman's stomach bug actually turned out to be pregnancy.
Whoa.
Don't think ill of crazy people. You could be one of them.
That's true. That's very true.
Be hospitable to strangers. You could be one yourself.
That's true.
These are pickup lines that men. I heard one of the men from the jail use one the other day. I thought that has to be unique. This man says, "Are you Google? Because because you're everything I'm searching for."
Wow.
A man
That's
held
so corny.
A man held out his hand to a girl and he said, "Hey, I'm going for a walk. Will you hold this for me?"
That's pretty clever.
There are 21 letters in the alphabet, right? Oh wait, I forgot. URAQT.
No way.
Now
You gotta be kidding me. I've never heard that one. That's funny. I'll get out, Papa.
remember this now. You remember the song "Home, Home on the Range," where the deer and the antelope play?
Yeah.
Okay, this is professional logic. If lawyers are disbarred and clergymen are defrocked,
Okay.
doesn't it follow that electricians can be delighted, musicians be denoted, and cowboys be deranged? Home on the range.
That's good.
When my son entered his teenage years, he became interested in girls. My husband has handled it wonderfully, explaining everything in an open, honest manner, paying the proper respect for women, and placing the answers within the framework of our religious beliefs. So when I found my son in a game room eyeing a TV screen full of bikini-clad women, I called for my husband and I said, "Honey, your eldest son is up here watching the Sports Illustrated swimsuit special." My husband up to the challenge, "What channel is it?"
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Ooh, that's good. That'd be hard to top.
Every fall, my brother's neighbor would take up a rake and rake his leaves and pile them in the back of a pickup truck.
Okay.
And then he would, unable to wrap his mind around why the guy would do this, my brother finally said, "Why don't you bag your leaves, mister?" "My way's better," said the neighbor. "I just drive around town till they're all gone." What do you do with leaves when you rake them up? Wait for the wind to blow them in your neighbor's yard.
That's pretty smart.
My mother-in-law's friend was ill, so she went to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling? The doctor asked. Lousy. How about you? I feel good. So she said, well, who's your doctor?
Oh, that's really good.
That would be hard to handle.
That would be. I'd love to see his face.
Before our young daughter went off to her Sunday school class, she said she needed money. I said, what for? I need to give it to my teacher. She said, Miss God. As he was putting his 6-year-old daughter to bed, our son, a pastor, told her, I love you and Jesus loves you too.
Mm-hmm.
She replied sleepily, I love both of you guys. I wonder what. See, my mother and daddy never went to church.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have to start going to church till I was 12 years old. But
It's hard to believe.
I wonder what concept people have of God when they're children. If you go to church and you hear about God.
A stronger one, I would say, and a fearless one. Children are more fearless. That would be my guess.
This girl was drawing a picture one day, and her school teacher walked by, and she said, what are you drawing? She said, I'm drawing a picture of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher said, well, you can't do that. No one knows what Jesus looks like. She said, they will when I get through.
I like that.
But we have no picture of Jesus to know what Jesus looked like. All we have is renditions that people have drawn of him.
Well, from near death, they've died a lot. I believe a lot of that. They're just things that just can't be explained. And I'm sure, I think children see a lot of things. I do. You hear them, they'll say, talking about a relative they never met before that's passed away. I don't know why it happens in children, but it does seem to happen in children more. It really does.
One thing that people are not cognitive of, Jesus was a Jew. Guess which nation is the most hated nation on earth?
Israel.
Israel. I pray that the United States will never lose its relationship with Israel.
No, absolutely not.
There are 35 nations around Israel right now that wants Israel gone. They want them out of the way.
Yeah.
But they're still there.
Oh yeah, they will be.
I'm a real estate agent, and as part of my job, I spend a lot of time searching tax records.
No.
Many entries appear to have been made by someone named Noah. For example, 4/19/23 made site visit Noah, N-O-A-H. That name appeared on many documents, and I felt compelled to tell an office employee how impressed I was with this worker named Noah. Noah, she laughed. That's no person. Well, he said, what does Noah stand for? No one at home.
Oh my God, that's good.
I was walking up the aisle of the airplane when I noticed an anxious-looking woman tightly gripping the armrest of her seat. As a flight attendant, I've seen a lot of that, so I stopped to offer help. With a reassuring smile, I asked, are you afraid of flying? No, she shot back. I'm afraid of crashing.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. One more, Papa.
A sign spotted outside the Clay's Mill Baptist Church in Nicholasville, Kentucky said this: whoever stole our air conditioner units, keep one. It's hot where you're going.
I love it. That's funny right there now. The streak continues. I have to say the streak continues, Papa. That's pretty good.
It ended pretty nicely.
It did, didn't it? Well, folks, like we said, next week is the Big Fall Festival. It's a week from tomorrow. So get ready for that. Save the date. There'll be plenty of vendors set up. I've heard lots of food's going to be there. I hope that's true. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm sure it is.
I read
where there's going to be a lot. So that's good. There's several last year that, now I think about it, there's several last year, and it was all good. So be sure to save that date, October 7th, folks. Remember that. It's coming up literally just around the corner. Remember homecoming tonight at the high school, 7 o'clock kickoff time. If you don't make it to the game again, listen to it right here live on WAT. Mike and Bradley will have the call for you. Kickoff is at 7.
This is meaningful. This is a conference game, is it not?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's not actually, which is crazy. Well, you know, they should be. Let's put it that way. It should be. But no. But I'm glad they still play them, you know, because it's a Sequatchie Valley opponent. And it actually should be a good game, folks. An evenly matched game. So hopefully the Warriors will pull it out.
I would say the difference in Whitwell and Pikeville, Whitwell might be just a little bit
smaller.
larger. Really, they're smaller?
They're smaller, yeah, but they're single A. And they won the state championship, those single A, you know, a few years ago, the first ever. But they've struggled since then because they lost all those players. But like I said, this year they're coming in with a 6-0 record. So
that's pretty damn
apparently
good.
they're good again. So it'll be a close game. But anyway, we will see you guys next time. Talking about the Fall Festival. Who knows? You might even see us from the Fall Festival. Might surprise you with that, like we did last year. But you'll have to just stay tuned to find out, won't they? So we'll see you guys next time. Until then, have a great week. Have a great week, and have a great weekend, and a great week is what I meant to say. Have a great weekend, great week, and we'll see you guys next time from the Fall Festival. So long, folks.
Peace, folks.
Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.